One of the reasons we're traveling full-time in this 21-foot camper is to figure out where we want to settle down. This month, we're traveling through upstate New York, and we wanted to spend a few weeks in Ithaca. This isn't our first time visiting this city. Joey grew up just an hour away from here, and we've been visiting parts of upstate New York with his family for years. Ithaca has always been high on our list of potential places to live. It feels like the kind of place where people care about supporting local businesses, protecting the area's natural beauty, and getting involved in their community. Beyond the community itself, the surrounding area is what really keeps bringing us back. Every drive through this part of upstate New York has amazing views, with tons of protected nature areas for people to enjoy. It's easy to fall in love with the views, but we wanted to figure out what life here would really look like.
Okay. Okay, go crazy.
One of our biggest goals when we buy a property is to build a food forest and grow and preserve more of our own food. The climate here is very similar to what we were used to in Maryland, so most of the plants we already know can be grown here. While properties around here can be expensive, we wouldn't mind being a short drive outside the city where we could still access the local restaurants, classes, and areas to meet up with friends. The biggest thing that stood out to us during our time here was the nature. There are tons of waterfalls to see, some of which are just a short walk from the parking lot. We spent almost every day of our 2 weeks here hiking, and we still wish we could go back to see more of the trails. On almost every one of our hikes, we were spotting different mushrooms, wildflowers, and animals. There is a lot of work done here to protect natural spaces and animal habitats. In addition to the state parks and nature preserves, there are tons of initiatives around the city dedicated to protecting the environment. That love for the outdoors seems to be reflected in the people who live here. Everywhere we went, we got the feeling that people really care about being part of this community. We love seeing how many local businesses reflected the values that are important to us. Almost every restaurant offered multiple vegetarian options, shops carried eco-friendly products, and the farmers market was full of unique, locally made goods. These little details made it easy to imagine ourselves living here. Although we enjoyed our time here, we're trying to look at Ithaca realistically before deciding if it could be the right fit for us. Finding property around Ithaca can get expensive, especially when we're looking for something with enough land for a garden and some privacy. The idea of having land while still being close enough to enjoy everything Ithaca has to offer is appealing, but it could be a challenge to find that balance. The other big adjustment would be the winters. We love the idea of having 4 distinct seasons, and we don't mind snow, but the winters here are definitely more intense than what we're used to back in Maryland. With Joey growing up in upstate New York, he's a bit more prepared for what winter will look like, but I will have to prepare for the colder temperatures and the amount of snow. The last thing we would have to adjust to is being further from major city amenities. Joey and I love to travel, and while Ithaca does have an airport, we would probably have to drive to Syracuse or New York City for more flight options. Most of these things aren't deal breakers, but they are trade-offs. Every place we've looked at has had things we love and things we'd have to adjust to. The bigger question is whether the things we love about a place outweigh the compromises we would need to make. There were a lot of things we loved about Ithaca, and we could definitely see ourselves living here, but we're not quite ready to make a decision yet. We still have more places to explore, so for now we're keeping Ithaca on the list and seeing how it compares to the other areas we visit.